Hi everybody! First of all, thank you so much for being here with me, for tuning into my channel, for trusting me with your private readings. This is only the beginning of such a long journey, but it has been so fun already. I want to thank you guys for your patience this month with me being on vacation and that energy that Cancer season brought. Healers need healing too, and I've had to take some time to focus on myself and the things that are changing in my life as well as my private clients. So thank you guys for your patience with me getting these readings out. I promise that August will be a lot smoother. With that being said, I also have a new service that I'm offering. It's not on my site yet, so you're going to have to email me if you are interested in this. All that information to contact me for readings is below, so check the description box, okay? Please don't email me on Facebook or message me on Facebook. For some reason, I don't get the notifications for like a day or two. And I don't want you waiting that long. I always answer email within 24 hours. So also, right now, I'm booking about a week out. So by the time you contact me and I respond, it's usually about 5 to 7 days to get your reading, okay? So the new service I have is called Soul Medicine. So it is the soul spread plus 5 custom channeled affirmations that are based on what your soul needs to kind of process the information that came out in the spread and move out of blocks, as well as a candle inscribed and lit with the intention to clear your field of all energy that is not yours. Okay, we're all very porous and we tend to take in a lot of people's energy, even if we do cleansings regularly on ourselves. So the intention of this candle, it's a white candle. I light it after I do your reading with the intention to clear your field of any energy that is not yours and send it back to source or send it back to its source with love, okay? And that service is $55. All right, so if you're interested in that, please email me and I will send you a PayPal link and let's get into these readings. Alright guys, I feel like overall, in general, some of you need to watch maybe what you're eating, or I have this feeling, right, of like something like eating you alive. Like not obviously literally, but it's like this sensation of like it may be manifesting through nervousness. It may be manifesting due to, you know, eating a lot of spicy food or things that just don't sit well with you. But literally, I think it's more metaphorical in the sense that, like, something's not sitting right with you. Like, something that you're ingesting in some form, whether it be auditory, visual, energetically, because of the people you've been around or are going to be around, or, you know, someone maybe that you're having sex with. Maybe if you're having new partners. You're ingesting something that is literally making you sick to your stomach. Now the question is, do you know why you're sick? Or are you also sick to your stomach because you realize like what this person's intentions were with you? Or what this environment was doing to you? Because it like hurts. Like it's on the right side too. So, you know, it has to do something with the action that you're taking, right? The divine masculine side. Not something that you're receiving necessarily, but some type of action you've tied yourself to. Action you've taken that has you sick. Yeah, it started to go away when I said that. Some action that you've taken that has you sick, meaning like upset. All of you will resonate with a different part of that message, I'm sure, but that feeling was, ugh. And it wasn't even nauseous. It was like, it wasn't even nauseousness, like sick to your stomach in that way. It was like, do I need to double over? Like, why, oh, why me? Type of thing. So I would watch it. Don't let things eat you alive. Speak your truth, and anything that makes you start to feel queasy or like not healthy in any capacity, or if you start to see literal manifestations of you not being healthy once you've been around a new group of people or a new scenario or a new environment, well then that's all the confirmation that you need, Libra. Okay? Alright, Libra. So I also want to add to the messages that I think you're a little tired. This reading is overall positive. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to have to get some extra clarity over here, but there's a couple different messages that are coming through. Some of you are being asked to let go of the commitment you have to something in your life going on to the next level. Meaning like your life is going on to the next level and you are progressing and you are getting all those things you want. However, it's essential to not be committed to how the manifestation of that looks. Okay? Because the overall theme with everyone this month, like all signs, is the energy that's going through Cancer, which right now is the Sun, Mercury, and Mars. And everyone's really digging into those deep parts of themselves and those deep desires to be happy. What makes them happy, what family looks like to them. What kind of life do they want 10, 20, 30 years from now? What does a family structure look like to you? What does a strong, secure foundation look like to you? All those kind of things are up for grabs this month in general with all the signs. So it's more of just a matter of like how signs are working with that energy and dealing with it. For you, Libra, you need to just let go of the attachment of how this new age or new level in your own personal reality is going to manifest. Okay? You will go into a new cycle, but I think you're kind of expecting it to like look like a whole new world because you have the World and the Three of Wands over here with the Rune marriage. So some of you, it could be like you want to get married, right? Or rather you want to take your relationship to the next level, or you're thinking about getting married and what that would look like in, years into the future. But you need to like not so much, it's important to acknowledge that you want to get married, but it's like more so, again, don't be fixated on, okay, now when can I make that happen? I have to go out and meet people, blah, 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 not like that. Because overall we have the energy of the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is saying, don't take action, take time looking within. And I'm going to get additional clarity over here because with the World and the Three of Wands, it's such a positive pair, right? Because the World is the last card in the Major Arcana. That's a major, major ending in some commitment you've made. Because marriage is any type of commitment or thing that you've stuck to, right? Or bound yourself to in a positive light to an extent, right? But we do have the Devil over here, which is bondage as well. But that's actually in the position of Spirit's advice, which is interesting. And then Libra, you have the Three of Wands. That pair together is saying like, a whole new world, like Aladdin style. Something brand spanking new that is huge, that is expansive. And Spirit would never tell you to don't be committed to expanding, right? So that's not what it is. So it has to be something along the lines of you expecting things to end and start again or build on a certain type of way, and that's not necessarily going to be the case. With the High Priestess as the overall energy, maybe you're going to find out some secrets. I don't necessarily think they're secrets about other people or anything like that. It's more so just like your own secrets. It's like needing to tap into what you really want on a soul level. And I do think that you want love and happiness and bliss and, all that kind of stuff. And that is available to you. That's literally the Sun card and the Ace of Cups and the Rune Love is the door that's now open for you. But there's things that you need to assess within your being first before you can seize that, okay? There's fear that you need to overcome. And I think to a little bit of an extent, you've been like banking on this transition, and you can't bank on, that's what it is. You can't bank on this transition. You have to make it happen for yourself by digging deep and acknowledging those shadow aspects of ourselves, those darker parts of ourselves, and that, that's why you had those stomach pains. You're sick to your stomach over the things that you've, I think, pushed down. And now that you're looking at them with the High Priestess, now that you're revealing your own secrets to yourself, you're a little sick. Because you can't move right now. Because, though you have the Chariot here and the Eight of Wands, this is showing me these are both in the position of what's motivating you. Not necessarily what's manifesting. Everything else that's in the manifestation arena of like things that would be up above this, up above the subconscious, they're all stagnant cards. The Emperor is very strong, very, very grounded. You have the Hanged Man, which is all about taking a pause and being stuck. The Devil, bondage. The Four of Swords, take a nap. And Temperance, be patient, right? So you need to hold on, Libra. Yeah, so, you know, I was trying to get more clarity over here. We have the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. So, this is kind of, yep, with the 6 of Wands in the bottom of the deck. So, you are going to be successful. And you're realizing that what you need and what you want out of life, you can't do it alone, right? And anything that has to do with family, we can't do alone anyways, or partnership, right? And what's beautiful about this 9 of Cups card is she's like beaming from her heart space. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little dark. I'm not sure why. She's beaming from her heart space. So, and then with the 4 of Cups, though, the 4 of Cups is talking about being closed off and having Spirit offer you chances and opportunities to be happy, and you're just disappointed that it's not exactly how you want it to look. This is exactly what I was saying. So, make sure you're being, I almost want to say realistic, even though our dreams don't necessarily have to be realistic because they're dreams. But it's like, make sure you're not denying your wish come true. Just because it's not packaged the way you expect it to be packaged. Or it's okay to acknowledge that you want to get married and or have a family, or, you know, have something bigger and better in life, right? Something more than what you have right now, and you want to commit to making your world different, right? To progressing in your world. Even if you see other people being a part of that, don't then say, well, they're not here, so I can't. You know what I mean? Just believe that it shall be so. And it shall be so. It's much less right now about what is in front of you, and more so the truth that you're honoring within you. So you need to just release any attachment you have to this very specific long-term life that you may have been planning on. Or more essentially, what it is going to make you happy. Don't be so committed to happiness showing up in a certain form. I think that's important to say. Now, the door that's open for you is the sun, and clarified by the Ace of Cups. So, and then we have the rune here, love. So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. As long as you're not fixated on what love and happiness and joy and bliss and the opportunity to have all that in your life, right? Real love. The kind of love that births children. The kind of love that moves mountains. The kind of love that stands the test of time. If that is what you want, right? If you want to tap into that energy, you need to do the work of the devil. You need to take that journey deep within to yourself, with the companion, the high priestess. You need to really take your intuition and dive deep. See if you are in somehow blocking yourself from having this because, you know, you're caught up on things that you can't control. Or maybe things that you don't even necessarily believe anymore. I find a lot that we hold on to beliefs very unconsciously because they were programmed in us as children, either through family or surroundings or even television and media. And it's not until like usually something like really big happens that we realize that we even hold those beliefs. So Spirit is saying like, you don't have to go through that like metaphorical bitch slap if you just acknowledge the stuff now and move on with it now. That's what Cancer energy is about. Okay, tapping into where our ancestral karma is and our long programmed pain, and being able to acknowledge where we've been limiting ourselves and where we've been moving from fear and where we've been blocking the purest form of love to manifest in our life. All because the energy that's in your head, the Emperor, because you're fixated on certain traditions and things being a certain type of way, right? Because the rune disruption is here. And though the Emperor is like the husband type of card, right? So you could be thinking about like, you know, for the women, it could be, the husband I want, or the security and structure I want in a family. And for men, same thing. I mean, really, how they can be a husband and a father. But with the rune disruption here, I think that you're needing to have your inner emperor, right? Your very firm, my word is law type of energy, right? Your beliefs, things that you rule your life by, I think they're disturbing your mental process. And I think that the high priestess is highlighting that to you. And that's why in your heart, you're having to see things differently. This really feels, though, as an assessment of beliefs. Because deep down, you have the Eight of Wands. You're in your foundation. So you want to move on. You want to get these messages. And I think you are getting these messages. I think you are. You need to look at things differently. The person, that could be for you may already be in your life, but they don't look like what you expect them to look like, because Libra's a little, you guys can be a little aesthetic, being ruled by Venus. You want things to look a certain type of way and be a certain type of way. And that could stop you from having a lot of joy. The only time I experience Libras that are not happy in some capacity is because they feel like they need to sacrifice for the other. Or they have sacrificed for the other and it like backfired or something. And then they, there's like it's always a balance game with Libra, right? It's always a balance game. So how can you bring your scales back into harmony? Because you know how you feel when you're off kilter, and it's okay if they're like this, and it takes time to get them even, but you don't want them like this for a long period of time, or you don't want them swinging like this. That's going to be very jarring. Oh my gosh, stomach's starting to hurt all over again. Ugh. It's like that, that like stupid pirate ship ride that's at a lot of carnivals in America. Like, it's like, it just rocks your stomach back and forth. That's how I feel. So, Libra, if you use a pure desire to seize unconditional, never-ending love in your life, which we know comes from ourselves, right? Comes from ourselves. If we make a commitment to being open to accept whatever lessons the universe has for us, allow our traditions and the things that we've held on to, the things that we've built our life on, if we're willing to dance with the idea that we do not have it all figured out, that we may be living by a moral code that does not even align with us anymore, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded if you just take a step back, right, with the Hanged Man and look at things from a different perspective. Offer yourself enlightenment by taking a big pause. So if there was someone, if this is somehow family-based or romantic or whatever, and there was someone in your life that you thought maybe were the one, but then like something happened, whatever. Like, it's more of like things may not have been looking how they seem. Or, I know that sounds confusing. There's just a need to really let go of how things look. Because you're in a period of assessment. So don't make any big, bold action. Like, I guess I'm trying to say, don't break up with somebody. Don't take somebody right back. Like, now is not the time to make moves. Now is the time to look deep inside you and see where you are on this journey, right? Because Spirit's advice for you is the Devil with the rune journey. Take a journey deep into your fears. Especially in the areas that rule Cancer, right? So wherever Cancer is in your chart, because we all have Cancer somewhere in our chart, and if you know your birth time, you know your houses. That's the energy of your life that's getting worked on right now. So if you were a Libra rising, it would be in your 10th house, right? And 10th or 11th. So that has to do with how you are viewed out in the world, right? How the collective whole sees you, how your friends, your associates see you, how you share that with the world, and what you do in your career. So have you bound yourself, again, and then that goes back to morals and structures as well, because the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, traditionally. So what have you bound yourself to, right? That's Saturn. That's the Devil. Anyways, jeez. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so what have you bound yourself to that is inhibiting your mobility on this journey? What is weighing you down? What is stopping you from seizing that amazing love? How have these values and morals that you've lived by affected your life up until now? And what is it going to take for you to move forward? How willing are you to look at the ugly parts of yourself? The parts of yourself that no one sees for years. Or maybe you admit them in like a very light way, like, but like you don't really own it to that extent. You're just like, yeah, it is what it is, okay, bye. That's not ownership. That's acknowledgement. It's not ownership. And even still, it's very surfacey acknowledgement. Now, what I will tell you is I'm getting like oddly tired through this reading, but I can tell it's energetic. So, I mean, this is a very suitable outcome. We have the Four of Swords and the Temperance, which is a echo of its own message with the rune fertility here. So if you want to be ripe to plant new seeds that are really rooted in true love, self-love, divine love, that then can be reflected out from your world and through other people that you engage with, you need to really, really reflect. I don't even know how hard to stress this, because like all the cards here are really telling you to like take a huge step back and look deep within you. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Allow yourself to be healed. I don't think you should really spend a lot of time in July mixing with other people. Obviously, a lot of you have work and you have to go to a workplace. Like, that's one thing. But I really, even if you're dating someone, like, and you live together, like, do your best to try to get time alone. Like, even if you have to, like, go out of the house to get time alone, give yourself space to heal. Big time. Heal stuff that you didn't even know was broken. It's finally time to acknowledge your feelings. Not everything is just a conversation, Libra. You really have to ponder how you got here and where you want to go next. Because you can go wherever you want. But it's going to take time. And it's going to take you being present with not only your physical reality and your thoughts, but also your heart and your soul. And this may make you a little sick when you see what you've maybe been hiding from yourself. But that's only temporary. And you have the ability here with Temperance, you have the ability to concoct whatever remedy you need to really get this rest and process this message. Because it is heavy. I feel it. It's heavy. Actually, behind the High Priestess is the 10 of Wands. So it is heavy. But the energy here is very much helping you on doing this reflection. It's very much set up in a positive manner. Okay, because even though the devil's in here, this is Spirit's advising you to go towards that, to know it, to understand it. Okay, so the energy is enabling you to do this inner work. So I highly suggest it. Because if you don't, there's going to come a time in the near future, probably closer to your solar return, your birthday, where you're going to be pushing for this ending or this big change. But you never changed inside. So then your world's going to change in a different way. It's going to change in a way that's slightly out of your control. It's going to change in a way that makes you have to really wake up to what you're afraid of and what's holding you back on this journey. What's holding you back from actualizing that pure, joyous love that you deserve. Please, yeah, like I feel like Spirit's like closing my eyes right now. Please do that. Please take naps, Libra. I know I mentioned in the beginning of the video talking about if you're having sex with people, like a new person, like in the last couple of months, if you've taken a new lover or whatever, I would take a break from them too a little bit. Not because they're necessarily a bad person or they're doing anything to you on purpose. I just think that like you need to clear your field for real. And it's really, really hard to clear our fields when we're constantly around other people, and never mind when we're having sex with another person. There's a need to really check in with yourself fully. Okay? So it's the way it's going to be easiest and you're going to get clarity the fastest is by not intermingling with so many other people's, you know, stuff. Because, excuse me, because what we don't realize is we are a lot more porous than we think, even when we do, like, you know, protection techniques or whatever. Because until we learn how to decipher what our energy feels like, therefore we know when something is not ours, it's always difficult. It always takes an extended amount of time to understand yourself. So pull yourself back so you're in a space where it's just your energy, unless, you know, and again, obviously go do your commitments, but I would, in your personal life, I would take as much of a pause as you can. Because what you're trying to manifest overall, I believe, is something in your personal life or something that is personal to you. So it would only benefit. Let me pull you an affirmation card, Libra. Spirit, what affirmation do you have for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for July, so they may best navigate this energy for the highest good of all involved, the highest good of their souls. Evolution. What do you have for us, Spirit? Come on. You guys want, like, all the affirmations? I can't do all these affirmations. It's 6. I guess I'll have to pull the cards. Sometimes this deck sticks. Because you guys know I rarely physically pull the cards. There we go. See? That's how you know life is a joke, and so are our guides. This is beautiful. Deep at the center of my being is an infinite well of love. Life is very simple. What I give out comes back to me. Today I choose to give love. I love that, and I think that's exactly what's going on here. I think overall you are acknowledging how much love you do or do not have in your life and where you want to fill it up more, whether it be, you know, obviously it has to come from you first, and that's what we're saying here, but I don't think you've been overall unhappy or something. It's like this is a newfound, deeper knowing of a more expansive, fulfilling love that you're interested in and you're trying to bring into fruition in your life. So Libra, thank you very much for being here with me, and I hope this message resonates with you. I will be back shortly with a July love reading. Peace.